Highlights on the news are three. Delta State Governor Fubara makes case for Hypercity supermarkets, saying its tax holiday continues. President Tinubu revokes controversial deduction of 40% internally generated revenue from federal universities across Nigeria. And Nigeria's Security and Civil Defense Corps deploys personnel to areas in Katsina State. Good afternoon and welcome to Rstv News at 3. I am Catherine Ago. Do you love and care about River State and her peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is the task we must accomplish. You can watch Rstv News live on YouTube at Rstv Online and on Facebook at Rstv 22ph Online. You can subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. Now the news and details. River State Governor Siminala Ifubara has said because Hypercity Supermarket is considered as an important investment that is adding value to the economy of the state, it will continue to enjoy more security of its investments and tax holiday as was enjoyed before he became governor. Governor Fubara gave the assurance when he spoke at the unveiling of the third branch of Hypercity in the state located at Ikoku Junction at the Mile 2 Door in Port Harcourt City local government area. Tamuno Barabe Igulubo has the report.
The River State Governor had remarked that he attended the event to demonstrate government willingness to working with private investors who are increasing the volume of business activities that empower the people economically and developing the state as well. Governor Fubara stated that it is therefore upon the state government to ensure that Hypercity gets the support that it desires because government alone cannot provide all the development that the state requires, including business.
It is not a government official program. That is a private arrangement that is adding value to the economy of our dear state. And it's upon us to ensure that we give this business entity the entire support that is needed. As a government, we will continue to give you security, tax holiday, as you did mention, that you were enjoying before I came in, and any other thing that you might want to require in the future. This is because government cannot do it alone. Government needs to join hands with everybody for the development of our dear state.
Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde unveiled the Hypercity and commended the River State government for creating an enabling environment with the right incentives to investors, which is making it thrive on non-oil economic activities.
River State has been extremely lucky because somebody put this up. Now this is happening, and before we know it, River State is well on the way to even dust us in terms of commerce, trade, and this is what it is representing.
In a speech, Minister of the Federal Capital Territory FCT Nyesom Ezenwo-Wike expressed delight that Hypercity had kept its promise of establishing more outlets by taking advantage of the conducive business environment, providing employment, and he invited them to open a branch in Abuja.
It makes me happy because when you approached me when I was governor, you made a promise that, look, you are not coming to talk to me as other businessmen have done, by coming to make all kinds of promises. I did say that, look, as a government, ours is to provide the enabling environment. And you told me that you are going to build 4 of this. So within 1 year, you have done 3. In no short time, you will have completed the 4th. I hereby invite you to Abuja. I will give you land immediately.
Managing Director of Hypercity, Sonny Twala, said they are happy to open their 3rd branch to the public in River State, which will continue to serve as a one-stop shopping place for quality goods and foodstuff.
Hypercity is more than just a store. It's a commitment to equality, loyalty, and community engagement. Embrace the Hypercity vibe, shop, thrive, hyper alive.
Tamuno Barabe Igulubo, Rstv News.
The federal government has announced a plan to establish a National Land Commission. The Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Architect Ahmed Dangari, who disclosed this at the just concluded 6th Nigeria Diaspora Investment Summit, NDIS, in Abuja, said the essence was to have a new path for effective land administration in the country. The summit, which had the theme New Vistas, New Aspirations, New Visions, the Diaspora and National Development was organized by NDIS, a private sector initiative in conjunction with the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission. Dangari disclosed that the proposed commission is part of the ongoing land reform under the President Bola Tinubu. The minister who also revealed that the work of the Professor Peter Adeniyi-led Presidential Technical Committee on Land Reforms would be incorporated into the comprehensive land reform strategy. Federal government has disclosed plans to feed 100,000 displaced children in the north. The senior special assistant to the president on school feeding, Dr. Yetunde Adeniji, revealed the plan when her delegation sought the support of the Nasarawa State Governor, Abdullahi Sule, and the Emir of Bobo Kingdom, Mohammed Dantoro, to help facilitate the program during the familiarization tour. The presidential aide said the federal government plans to start with 5,000 of the displaced kids for the first phase of the feeding initiative, with the hope of increasing this number to 100,000 subsequently. Adeniji also stated that the Emir highlighted the importance of meeting the expectations of the overall implementation of the initiative and the need to address all perceived obstacles and bottlenecks. The traveling team also met with the Federal Commissioner, National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons, Aliyu Tijani, where they planned to also foster collaboration and address school feeding concerns for a diverse group of children, including IDPs, Almajiris, and individuals with disabilities. President Bola Tinubu has cancelled the controversial deduction of 40% of internally generated revenue from federal universities across the country. The president, who was represented by the Minister of Education, Tahir Maman, spoke at the 75th Founders' Day ceremony of the University of Ibadan and described the policy implementation as ill-timed. According to him, it was not the best time for such a policy since the universities were struggling. In his speech as a visitor to the university, Tinubu pledged his commitment to the reform of the nation's education sector as the bedrock for national development. However, newsmen report that the federal government, in a letter dated October 17, 2023, titled Implementation of 40% Automatic Deduction from Internally Generated Revenue of Partially Funded Federal Government Institutions, said it would begin the deduction with effect from November 2023. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company, NNPC Limited, has expressed concerns about countries with limited economic resources achieving easy adoption of clean energy. The Managing Director and Group Chief Executive Officer of the company, Mele Kyari, said the cost of renewable energy is not budget-friendly and would delay efforts by Nigeria and other countries in Africa with limited economic resources from making progress. Speaking at the 41st Nigerian Association of Petroleum Explorationists, NAPE, International Conference and Exhibition with the theme Repositioning the Oil and Gas Industry for Future Energy, Dynamics Kyari, who was represented by the Executive Vice President, EVP, Upstream NNPCL, Orishameyiwa Eyeson, observed that a huge energy space that is clean but not affordable cannot be sustainable considering Nigeria's energy poverty. He advised that if proactive policies and practical efforts are not adopted, it will impede the adoption of clean energy in Nigeria. And on security matters, the Defense Headquarters says the military has continued to target the leadership and chains of command of terrorists, insurgents and extremist groups undermining the security of the country. The statement by the Director, Defense Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, said the ongoing counter-insurgency and counter-terrorism operations across the country yielded encouraging results. Major General Buba explained that the operations of the last week had resulted in the elimination of no fewer than 50 terrorists and arrest of 122 of them in different operations across the country. According to him, the troops also arrested 49 perpetrators of oil theft and rescued 182 kidnapped hostages. According to the statement, items recovered by the troops include 66 assaulted weapons, 11,474 assaulted ammunition, comprising 1 Conqueror APC, 1 GMPG, 1 NSVT gun, 1 GT3 rifle, 25 AK-47 rifles, 4 pump action guns, and 2 locally made AK-47 rifles. Similarly, the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps (NSCDC) said it has deployed fully armed tactical personnel to secure the Nigeria borders with the Niger Republic through Katsina State. The NSCDC commandant in the state, Jamilu Indabawa, disclosed this when he received the new Katsina area controller of the Nigeria Customs Service, Mohammed Umar, on a courtesy visit. According to him, the deployment of the personnel was part of the existing synergy between the security agencies in the state to ensure the security and safety of the people. Indabawa further appreciated the existing working relationship between the two agencies in the state and expressed the command's commitment to continue to work with the Customs Service in the areas of intelligence and joint operations. Earlier, Umar advocated more synergy on point operations, intelligence and border drills, and reiterated that Nigeria Customs Service cannot do it alone, especially with the vast geographically area of the state. Dear love and care about River State and her peace, let's build and take her to greater heights. This is the task we must accomplish. Up ahead on the news, Liberian President George Weah concedes election defeat to Joseph Boakai, and panic as Gaza's Al-Shifa executes, Israel army denies ordering to do so. Details after the break. Please stay with us.
The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the worrisome increase in the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The FSRCC and NBC hereby advises the general public to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Make sure to verify the licensing status of such companies and schemes on this website. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call 0700 225 5226, 0800 225 5226, or +234 817 665 6273. Let's work together to uphold the integrity of Nigeria's financial system. Announcer, FSRCC.
This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv, Channel 22 Port Harcourt.
Welcome back. The Nigeria Customs Service Murtala Mohammed International Airport Command says it has handed overseas fake $1,000 to officials of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. Announcing this in a statement, in Command's Public Relations Officer, Juliana Tomo, said a 41-year-old suspect, Ifana Cho Ugo, was arrested in connection with the seizure. Tomo said the command made this seizure less than 2 months after the new Customs Area Controller, Charles Obil, was deployed from Abia Imo Command to Murtala Mohammed International Airport. The Nigerian Guild of Editors have inducted 39 new members and installed 14 fellows during its just concluded conference in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. The fellows were installed during a gala night organized by the Akwa Ibom State Governor, Umar Eno, while the new members were inducted yesterday. Speaking while inducting the new members, veteran journalist and publisher of the Newswatch magazine, Ray Eku, urged the inductees to be good editors, adding that as editors, they are important personalities who have set the agenda for the government through the stories they publish. He added that the role the editor has increased tremendously, especially at this critical time of the nation's history, adding that the editor's role is very critical for the survival of the nation. The Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, has urged road users to prioritize safety as they ply the road before, during and after the Yule tide. The World Day of Remembrance for Road Traffic Victims, which is a week-long event commemorated on the third Sunday of November each year. The Delta State FRSC Sector Commander Darcy Eshet gave the advice during a visit to road crashes victims of the Federal Medical Center Asaba in Delta State. Eshet described road traffic crashes and fatalities as a public health crisis that requires urgent, concise and dedicated actions, and called on governments, stakeholders and the public to uplift proven strategies such as redesigning dangerous roads, enforcing speed limits, improving vehicles designs and all components to make the road safe for users, while with the theme for 2023 edition, Justice, with the slogan, Remember, Support, Act. It is a high-profile global event to remember the many millions who have been killed and seriously injured on the world's roads, and to acknowledge the suffering of all affected victims, families and communities. And on the foreign scene, Liberia President George Weah on Friday conceded election defeat to opposition leader Joseph Boakai after a tight race, ending a presidency marked by graft allegations, but helping to ensure a smooth transition to power in the once volatile African nation. Boakai, 78, a former vice president who lost to Weah in the 2017 election, led with 50.9% of the vote over Weah's 49.1%, with nearly all votes counted. According to the report, the country's election commission said the result marks a stark turnaround from 2017, when global soccer legend Weah, buoyed by a wave of hope, trounced Boakai with 62% of the vote. Reports maintained that many have since grown disillusioned with the lack of progress. Poverty, unemployment, food insecurity, and poor electricity supply persist. Weah's concession paved the way for Liberia's second democratic transfer of power in over 7 decades. The first Weah was when Weah swept to power 6 years ago. Israeli aid raids have killed dozens of people at the Al-Fakora school run by the United Nations Agency for Palestinian Refugees, UNRWA, in Jabalia refugee camp in northern Gaza. The Palestinian Ministry of Health officials said today that at least 50 people have been killed in the bombing. The strike on the UNRWA-run school happened at dawn as hundreds of people were believed to have taken shelter there. According to the reports, the ongoing fighting amid Israel's ground offensive into northern Gaza, many Palestinians have been forced to flee to UN-run schools in the vicinity of the Indonesia hospital for protection. Meanwhile, Israel forces have ordered doctors, patients and displaced people at Gaza Al-Shifa Hospital to evacuate the medical compound, forcing some to leave by gunpoint. Doctors said the facility, which has been under siege by Israeli troops for several days, was now largely deserted as after soldiers ordered people to leave on Saturday. But in a post on X, the Israeli army spokesperson denied giving any order, saying the Israeli Defense Forces responded to the request of the director of Shifa Hospital to allow Gazan citizens who were sheltering in the hospital and who wished to evacuate from the Shifa Hospital towards the humanitarian portion in the Gaza Strip via a secure access. More than 7,000 people, including patients in critical condition and newborn babies fighting for their lives, were sheltered inside Al-Shifa. And on entertainment, Afrobeat singer Adeleke, also known as Davido, described the creation of his latest album, Timeless, as a healing journey. Mavis Victor reports.
This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand. Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv, Channel 22 Port Harcourt.
Davido noted in an interview that the launch of his Timeless album on March 31, 2023 marked his return to music following the tragic passing of his son Ifeanyi on October 31, 2022, revealing that he crafted a total of 28 songs for the album before curating the final selection for release, and that losing Ifeanyi wasn't easy for him at all.
And yeah, it was a healing process because I was happy that, oh, I'm waking up today, I'm making music today. I didn't want to just come out and be like, yeah, you know, he's been through a lot, we're going to support him. It was like 28 songs after we'd like kind of trickled it down. So I'd play the album from 1 to 28.
Controversial actor Yul Edochie has dished out important advice on how to handle criticisms and trolls on social media with few tips. He emphasized that crying and drawing pity wouldn't solve anything because the world is too tough for humans to remain weaklings, tagging social media as a rugged place. You go hard or go home. Popular Nigerian influencer Chinonso Egemba, better known as Aproko Doctor, has revealed the dangers of consuming partly spoiled tomatoes Nigerians buy from the market. He noted that it could cause liver and kidney cancer, and it is not good for the health, asking Nigerians to stay away from it.
If you see any tomato that has this particular powdery something on it, run. Don't go and say, and this particular tomato is the one that has all the flavor. My dear, this powder that you're seeing is not just ordinary white powder. It is a fungi. Things can actually damage your liver, they can damage your DNA and lead to cancer, especially liver cancer in humans. I know that some of you are now saying, if I boil it well, if I grind it and I boil it well, it go kill them. Praise the Lord. My dear, the particular toxins that this thing produces have actually been shown to be heat stable. In other words, heat no dey too kill them like that. It's better to throw it away.
Mavis Victor, Rstv Entertainment News.
And in sports, the Super Eagles squad has arrived in Kigali, Rwanda for their 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifying aircraft that departed from the Victor Atta International Airport yesterday by night and is expected to touch down in Kigali at dawn. For a 2-hour road trip to Butare, the city where the match venue, Huye Stadium, is located. The 20,000 capacity Huye Stadium is an artificial turf, but the Eagles have voiced a collective decision not to be bothered about the playing turf as they seek the maximum 3 points. After a 1-1 draw with the Lesotho's Crocodiles in Uyo, Joseph Pesero vowed to face the remaining 9 matches of the qualifying series with a much stronger mentality, with victory in each match the only option. Do you love and care about Rivers State in her peace? Let's build a ticket to greater heights. This is the task we must accomplish. With this, we come to the end of Rstv News at 3 p.m. Join us again at 7:30 p.m. for more news stories. I am Catherine Abo. Have a blessed weekend.
Good afternoon, sir.